Well, the first and maybe most important thing is that experts are designing modern curricula. We have curricula that is made with the 21st century in mind. When we solidified public education at both the high school and the university level, curriculum stultified. It stopped growing. It sort of froze with a very particular image of what people were supposed to learn, and it has largely stayed there for more than a century in most subjects. In Florida, for instance, you have to learn chemistry in public school, and in most private schools as well. And you spend probably a quarter of your general chemistry class just learning about the nomenclature of salts. You know, what is sodium chloride? What is titanium 4 fluoride? It's not important. It's not part of the chemistry we do today. I mean, for some very esoteric small group of people, it might be extraordinarily important, and they'll be encouraged to pursue that if that's really their end goal. But we spend zero time learning about polymer chemistry. And polymer chemistry is unbelievably important in today's world. Your clothing is made of polymers. Every plastic that you come across, every plastic utensil or item that you use is some sort of polymer or collections of polymers. Your contact lenses, your frames for your glasses, most of the materials that go into the fabrication of your car, of the planes and trains you ride in. Even your biological materials like DNA and RNA and proteins are all fundamentally polymers. And we need to devote a lot more of the instructional time in chemistry to learning about and understanding uses of polymers. And that's just one particular example. The next thing is that we're really trying to implement a grading schema that encourages students to cooperate, to work together, and to develop empathy for one another. This is a tall order, and we realize that this will be a sort of experiment in progress for a period of time. The next most important thing that we're doing is we're developing students' ability to work independently. We want students to work independently and to become autodidacts, to be able to teach themselves when they encounter material that they haven't seen. So they've got the fundamentals down to a point that they feel comfortable when they see something new in a subject area that they're somewhat familiar with, familiarizing themselves. And then we want them to ask good questions so good, in fact, that we're sure we can't answer them. We want them to be asking questions that they are going to have to research and find the answers to themselves. And our whole curriculum is designed so that that will be the capstone, that in 11th or 12th grade, our students will be taking at least one class such that they're asking a big question and trying to figure out the answer themselves. Finally, and certainly these are not necessarily in any order of importance, we're devoted to social equity, and I think secondary school is the place to address social equity more robustly and more thoughtfully than any other place that we can possibly address it. For our part, we want to make our school very, very low cost so that people who are socioeconomically disadvantaged, that won't be a barrier to their education. Most private schools have very small minority populations with a few notable exceptions. And we want to change that. And we want to change that by actively going out into the community and recruiting minority students. Moreover, I think that's one of the reasons that Gainesville is the perfect place to do this. We could have gone to another richer city and likely found the capital to do this more easily. But we want to do it in Gainesville because Gainesville has an extremely diverse population. And we would love to build a private school that reflects that diverse population.